Hello all. Today I am starting lecture series on transformer. This unit is a part of basic electrical engineering course offered in first year BTech, and that's why it covers only the fundamental knowledge related to transformer. As per the syllabus, we are going to cover following points: introduction, EMF equation, ideal and practical transformer, equivalent circuit. Then after we'll talk about losses in transformer, and finally regulation and efficiency within the transformer. I hope you all have seen this kind of system near to your uh, colony, city, town, village, even near to your institute. This device is used to transform voltage from one level to another level. This is another transformer. I hope you all have seen this kind of a small transformer within the practical lab kit. This is another transformer. So what is the difference among the three, picture number one, picture number two, and picture number three? Just by looking on the shape and size, we can say that this picture number one is biggest in size. It means it will have highest power rating, whereas these two, picture number two and picture number three, has a smaller power rating. Apart from this picture number one and two use iron core, whereas in picture number three, ferrite core has been used. Okay, so where is this ferrite core? This material. You can see this portion. This is the core, and this is the winding. Okay, here this is the core, which is iron core, and this is the winding. On the top of the winding, a insulating sheet has been rounded up. Here nothing is visible. We are not able to see even neither core nor winding. So why it is so? Because its power rating is high, and due to the higher power rating, when it runs, it dissipates huge amount of power, and this is the losses within the transformer. This loss happens in the form of heat, and air is not sufficient to cool, and so we have to dip such transformer into the some other cooling arrangement. Here it is dipped into oil, and that's why we are able to see only the outer box. Within this box we have iron core, and then we have winding on that core. So on the basis of core, transformer can be of three types: iron core, which is represented by two coils and two solid lines in between. If we have two dotted line in between, then it is ferrite core. If there are no lines, then it is air core. This is the iron core. In case of iron core, a particular shape of thin laminated sheets are combined together, and then we have required core. Whereas in ferrite core, we have solid structure, and it comes in different shapes and sizes. Whatever is needed, you can choose. In air core, there are no use of any type of core within the transformer. So whenever we have to design a transformer at very high frequency, we must have to go for this. At high frequency, iron core is not suitable. But at low frequency, like 50 Hz, we always go for iron core. Even ferrite core is well applicable at low frequency, but due to the cost factor, we do not use ferrite core at low frequency. If you want to see different parts of transformer, you may go through this video link. This is not the part of our syllabus, and that's why we are not covering it. Let us define transformer. So transformer is an electrical machine which is used to step up and step down the AC voltage or current. It is electrical machine. We know that in electrical engineering we have three different types of machine: motor, generator, and transformer. It works on electromagnetic induction principle. In coming lecture we are going to deal with it. It is stationary in nature. As I said, in electrical domain we have three different machines: motor, generator, and transformer. Out of three, two, motor and generator, have rotating part, whereas in transformer we do not have any kind of rotating part. It doesn't change the power. That means transformer is not an amplifier. It doesn't enhance the input power. Whenever voltage will be increased, current decreases, and vice versa. So we can easily conclude that if we do assume ideal transformer, then output power will be equal to input power. But in practical case, output power will always be less than input power because there is loss in transformer. So due to the loss, output power will be always less than input power. This is one application of transformer. At generating station, we do generate power, and then after we have to transmit it to a very long distance. So transmission uh, is always done at very high voltage just to reduce transmission losses. And so with the help of transformer, this 11 kV voltage has been transformed into 440 kV, and then it is transmitted, because once we'll increase the voltage, current will decrease, and so the transmission losses will decrease. And again at distribution stage, this 440 kV voltage will be transformed into 11 kV, and then it will be distributed. At the user end, again this 11 kV will be transformed into 230 volt, which is the need of the appliances. Now we'll talk about types of transformer. And firstly, we are going to talk about types depending on the output. So on the basis of output, transformer can be a step down or a step up. If it is a step down transformer, the number of secondary turns will be less than number of primary turns. If it is a step up transformer, the number of secondary turns will be greater than number of primary turns. And at the same time, you can conclude that voltage will be, in a step down transformer, voltage will be less than, secondary voltage will be less than primary voltage, and current will be just reverse. Secondary current will be greater than primary current. In a step down transformer, as I said, number of turns in secondary will be greater than number of primary. Number of secondary voltage will be greater than number of primary voltage, and current will be just reverse. Secondary current will be less than primary current. Okay. This can be justified with the help of transformation ratio. We'll come to that point in coming lecture. On the basis of winding style on the core, transformer can be of two types: core type transformer and cell type transformer. In the core type transformer, winding is done on the two side lanes. This is the one side, limbs, and this is another side limbs. Firstly, primary winding will be done, and then up on primary winding, secondary winding will be done, and total number of turns will be divided into two halves. One half will be on one limb, another half will be on another limb. Whereas in case of cell type transformer, this uh, complete number of turns will be done on central limb. Okay, firstly primary number of turns will be wound, and then after secondary number of turns will be on the central limb, and this will be cell type transform. So in this lecture we'll stop here. In the next lecture we'll talk about basic laws used in the transformer. That means we are going to deal with Faraday's law. Thank you.